We have learned that we can use adverbials of time or place to give readers more information about when or where something happened. Today, we will learn what adverbials of manner and number are, explore when to use adverbials. Has anyone ever said to you, "Mind your manners"? What did they mean? Well, they were probably talking about how you were behaving or speaking. Maybe you forgot your pleases and thank yous, and someone said you'd forgotten your manners. The word manner means how something is, or the way it happens. Adverbials of manner tell us more about how something happens. Let's look at some different ways we can use adverbials of manner in our writing. Firstly, we can use adverbials to add detail about the way something is done or how it happens. Very carefully, the astronaut guided the rover down to Mars. The word carefully is an adverb, and in this example, the adverbial phrase very carefully adds extra detail about how the astronaut guided the rover. The Sojourner rover lost connection incredibly quickly. Quickly is an adverb, and the adverbial phrase incredibly quickly modifies the phrase lost connection. It adds detail about how things happened. Secondly, we can use similes as adverbials of manner. You might have used similes in your writing already. It's when we use like or as to compare two things. Similes are a great way of emphasizing certain qualities of the thing you are describing. So, if you wanted to show how quick the rover was, you might say, "The rover was as quick as lightning." Or, if you wanted to highlight how enormous the Martian rocks were, you might write, "The rocks on Mars were as large as buildings." We can use similes as adverbials of manner because they're a great way of showing us how something is done or how it happened. Like catapults, these rovers are launched into space, sent on the long journey to Mars. Can you see how this adverbial phrase helps the reader imagine how the rovers are launched into space? Lastly, we can use prepositional phrases as adverbials of manner. If you remember, a prepositional phrase is a group of words that starts with a preposition. Words such as from, in, over, under, with, and of. Let's have a look. With great skill, the engineer fixed the control panel. The prepositional phrase with great skill is doing the job of an adverbial here. It's giving us more information about how the engineer fixed the panel. It modifies the verb fixed. Without a sound, the rover touched down on the surface of Mars. This prepositional phrase is telling us how noiselessly the rover touched down. And, just like with all adverbials, they can go at the start, middle, or end of your sentence. Finally, we're going to look at adverbials of number and frequency. We use these in our writing to sequence events. They tell our reader the order things happen in. We also use adverbials of number to say how many times something happened, and adverbials of frequency to say how often something happened. Here are some examples. We use adverbials like once, twice, always, or every second to show how often something happens. We use adverbials like firstly, secondly, or thirdly to show the order in which something happens. Firstly, they sent Sojourner, which landed in 1997. Can you see how adverbials of number, firstly, and in 1997, help the reader to understand what comes first and the order things happen in? With the right conditions, you might even be able to see this glowing red planet in the night sky. Although, this only happens once every 2 years. Here, the adverbial number of once every 2 years shows us how often something happens. Very helpful indeed. So, now we know. Adverbials of manner tell us more about the way something is done, or how it happens. We can use adverbials, similes, or prepositional phrases to construct adverbials of manner in our writing. Adverbials of number tell us how often something happens, or the order in which it happens.